Robert McCall is back. This time he's taking down the Sicilian mafia who have been terrorising a small town. Vito Corleone is going to sit this one out and let Denzel take out the heavily tattooed trash. Get ready for some bellissimo violence in The Equalizer 3. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, the third installment of the Equalizer franchise, here directed yet again by Antoine Fuqua. He's known for directing a plethora of really cool shit, including Training Day, Olympus Has Fallen, Southpaw, and of course the previous two installments of The Equalizer. We open the film on Denzel giving some gory goodness here on some cartels at a winery. It's the usual rad kill count we can come to expect and seeing in these kind of movies. However, as Robert McCall decides to leave the mess that he's created, he's shot in the back by a young cartel Padawan.
Little bastard shot me in the ass.
And it's not long before good old Robbo starts to bleed out. Luckily, a Sicilian cop finds him parked on the side of the road in his car, bleeding out, passed out, and tries to take him to a doctor in the small town. What a coinkydink! Then the local doctor repairs good old Robbo McCall and nurses him back to health. As he gets better, Robbo decides to give the CIA a little bit of a tip here of some shady importing that's happening at the winery that he did his fortnight kill count. And he calls none other than CIA newbie Emma, played by Dakota Fanning. This being the on-screen reunion for these two actors 19 years later. Turns out that the cartel at the winery had been smuggling meth from ISIS and selling it to the lovely people of Europe. Because, you know, if you're gonna be evil, might as well fucking go all in. McCall is on the mend, decides to integrate into this small little Sicilian town and starts growing attached to the locals. That is, until McCall discovers the local mafia terrorising local businesses with a gang of heavily tattooed looking baristas. And Robert's having none of it! The film is a bit of a slow burn, being build, but it's not boring in any way and doesn't drain it. Simultaneously, Emma becomes a bit of a protege to Robert as he feeds her some intel and information, and this being her first in-field investigation with the help of Roy from The Office. Things start to escalate with the mafiosos in this small Sicilian town, and Robert starts to get the craving for killing again. He then decides to start deleting some of these mafiosos, and the big Don boss Vincent is having none of it! He decides to hunt down Robert and threaten to kill everyone in this little town unless he shows himself. Then it's about the 45-minute mark before the end, where Robert McCall does his sort of stealthy hitman gameplay here on Don Vincent's mansion. Here we get some sweet welcome bloody justice here on these spaghetti slurping mafiosos. Because like I said, the whole film is build, showing you how much of an absolute piece of shit they really are. The film is not an action-packed, non-stop John Wick-esque movie. It's more somber, taking its time, building and building, being a bit more mature. There, of course, are some really funny moments that, you know, provoke a chuckle, and a cute little twisty twist at the end. It's not the best installment in the trilogy of Equalizer here, but it's a damn good watch. I was today years old when I discovered that The Equalizer is based on a TV show from the 80s. Then, of course, they remade it by race-swapping the lead with Denzel, and then they've rebooted it again for TV by also race-swapping and gender-swapping the lead. And as Denzel's getting a bit long in the tooth, it's not going to be long here before they reboot it yet again and recast the lead. This time probably coming full circle and casting Elliot Page as the protagonist. Just kidding. Don't get any fucking ideas, Hollywood. In all honesty, Denzel Washington can do no wrong. He's one of the best actors, the most charismatic movie stars that has ever walked this planet. Which is ironic because his son, who was also an actor, is devoid of all charisma and plays the same fucking character over and over again. It seems that the apple has fallen very far from the orange tree. Anyway, I liked it. Of course I did. Super solid, violent, vigilante justice. More, please! Anyway, guys, that's my cheeky little review of Equalizer 3. Of course, I fucking loved it. Write down if you've seen it, if you're excited about it, what your thoughts are on it, and what is your favourite sort of film in this genre. But of course, if you like what you've seen and you heard, please give me the thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review, but until then, stay spooky, kids.
out.